Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Check it out. I had to report on this. I fell back for it because I thought it was too comical. Shannon Sharpe, who sat there, everybody tried to come in and help him. Katt Williams, Monique, they came in to help him. And he ignored all the warning signs. Instead, he stayed on playing games when they telling him about Jonathan Ralph or White Majors Waters, whatever it is, running down the highway and how fast Katt Woman run away from a woman, white woman, because he know they can take him down in 2 weeks. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to play all that. But I want you to sit back and enjoy this man because this is the craziest thing ever. He retired the OnlyFans model and she wanted to thank her supporters. Who's the supporters? What was they supporting? Somebody let me know. Keep it moving. All right, you know what it is. Unique Make Audio, man. We here. We're going to talk about Katt Williams, how, he humiliates, Shannon Sharpe, after he gets fired from ESPN. So I'm going to play this program. I like it. Let's just get right into it. All right.
Just saying it's a crazy time. You can't afford not to like black people. You don't like black people enough, you could become one yourself.
Talk to
I'm
him.
not the only black man with a bunch of mug shots.
Right. Sure ain't.
It's them young ones that come.
Yes,
That'll do what you want.
yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm independent. I pay my bills. I pay the cost to be the boss. You the boss by yourself.
ESPN confirming to NBC it's cut.
Talking all that trash and get caught up. Pay attention, sit back. We're going to enjoy the ride because we're going to have some fun tonight. All right.
Ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery.
Very grateful for that, but I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday.
So Katt Williams just went hard on Shannon Sharpe after ESPN fired him, and he's not being nice about it either. Katt is basically saying it's hard to feel sorry for Shannon because after all that unk advice he was giving out, he fell for the oldest trick in the book. In case you missed it, ESPN decided to cut all ties with Shannon, and the decision came right after Shannon settled a $50 million lawsuit with OnlyFans model Gabriela Zuniga. But what's...
Stop. My question that I have for you is, please put it in the comments. My question is, was ESPN down with this allegedly? Why did they wait till after he settled it to fire him when they could have just fired him and then maybe he would afford it? Somebody tell me what's going on with that. You think ESPN could have been down with that? They fired him 2 days after he settled the suit. The suit was already pending. They could have been fired him. Or did they fire him before? Or did they have to wait to see what happened with the suit? But didn't he pay the lawsuit and then they fired him? Somebody let me know.
Crazy is that this is exactly what Katt tried to warn Shannon about. Katt sat there across from Shannon on Club Shay Shay and told him to his face that messing with white women could get him caught up.
I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Do y'all agree with that? Put that in the comments where a black man was taken out by a white woman in 2 weekends. Anyone you can take him out. Let's go.
And then Monique said the same thing and gave Shannon some solid dating advice.
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
You trying to say what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn.
But Shannon decided...
Yo, she actually tried to warn him.
decided to ignore all the warning signs and advice, and now look at where he is. Jobless, embarrassed, and scrambling. Instead of playing it smart, he ended up paying a fat settlement to this model, got dragged through the headlines, and now to top it all off, ESPN cut him off. And let's be real, any serious network is probably gonna think twice before hiring a guy whose biggest headline is now SA lawsuit settlement. And now Katt Williams is saying, I told you so. Sources close to Shannon are saying he has no sympathy for Shannon because Unc literally had it all and blew it by being stupid. And one insider revealed that Katt didn't warn Shannon about white women for no reason. Katt already knew Shannon was messing around with this young OnlyFans model way before the lawsuit dropped, and he saw the whole setup coming from a mile away. Now,
And he sat there crying, living tears.
Katt made it sound like he was talking about the Jonathan Major situation, but in reality, he was speaking directly to Shannon.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan
There you
Majors.
go. Come on, Katt.
Not
Right there, he said, I don't believe none of that crap, Katt. What are you, crazy? I got a young white woman. She would never do that to me. I'm Shannon Sharpe. I'm her daddy. Let's ride. Gunshots.
because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Major, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as they're guilty. The conviction came out, and you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you.
You see that? Did you see that black woman come and get his charge cut in half? That was making good. You see, right now, Shannon Sharpe has been saying, I'd rather date white women. I'd rather date white women. You know what I mean? And Katt is letting them know it's a black woman that came to get his time cut in half. But it was the white woman who went after the bag, just like yours getting ready to go after the bag. And it's not about race. This is just letting you know, the facts of what's going on. So let's enjoy the ride.
Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty, 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 guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
And that just goes to show, once again, Katt may tell a joke, but he ain't never told a lie. But Shannon refused to listen. What's also crazy is that Shannon agreed to pay millions to that OnlyFans model, thinking that the settlement would help him save his job and make this whole thing go away. But ESPN pulled the plug and fired him anyway. And y'all, that OnlyFans model, well, she quit OnlyFans just 24 hours after the settlement news dropped. Gabriella announced the news on her Instagram, saying, "Today
Yo, she quit her job 24 hours after the settlement. Did you expect her to do anything different? She went up there, carried on, and used it for the best, and she done made the most money so far off of OnlyFans. Give me another female that made more money than this young lady right here. You know what I mean? Gabriella Zonguda done made millions off of OnlyFans because that's where he saw her. That's where he fell in love with her. That's where he fantasized about her. And that's where he effed up about her at. You know what I mean? OnlyFans, everything is a stepping stone. Let's keep it moving.
I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me for the past few years. This community has given me a life I could never have imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this next chapter." So Shannon literally retired this girl, y'all. She said for life.
She said for life. How do I get an OnlyFans page? You think I could get set for life on OnlyFans? Hold up, man. We got to ride.
Cured generational wealth from a freaky, race-playing 50-year-old man. You really can't make this up. And here's why nobody is cutting Shannon any slack. It's not just that he got played by this girl, it's also the fact that this is the same guy who said that he wouldn't let his daughter's wedding budget go over $30,000. And fans were quick to drag Shannon for these comments, especially after leaked texts showed he admitted that the OnlyFans model was charging him $25,000 for each cheek. Someone on
Now we know what Shannon Sharpe's priorities are. cheeks.
X said it needed to happen to expose how much of a hypocrite Shannon is. He lost the little respect he had for others. Now he's done. Willing to give an ex-worker millions of dollars, but his own daughter $30K for her wedding. And another user wrote, Shannon Sharpe has done so many things wrong, but me learning about him being cheap on his daughter's wedding really made me side-eye the F out of that country bumpkin. You paid more for that young white girl who saw you as a lick. How dumb was that? And as if all that wasn't embarrassing enough, just days after Shannon settled the lawsuit and agreed to pay millions to Gabriella, ESPN dropped the hammer and officially cut all ties with him. And get this, ESPN didn't even bother to put out an official statement. People magazine reached out to ESPN for comment, but they didn't want to talk about Shannon at all. As for Shannon's reaction, he broke his silence on July 30th on the Nightcap podcast. And while he claimed he was at peace with ESPN's decision, he also told his listeners that he begged ESPN to postpone the announcement of his firing until after his older brother, Sterling Sharpe, was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Shannon.
See, that's a prime example of how one person's actions can trickle down and affect so many people's lives in a negative way and a positive way. This way in a negative way because his brother gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, supposed to be the greatest day of his life. And instead, no one hears about it because all they hear about is his baby brother paying $25,000 for a cheek, not wanting to pay, more than $30,000 to marry off his lovely daughter. And ESPN is firing him. You know what I mean? So you just took over, it's like you just got to be the center of attention. This is how the family thinking, but we ride.
Said he had to apologize to his brother because he knew his lawsuit and ESPN's decision to fire him would overshadow Sterling's big moment. But ESPN and Disney clearly had no sympathy for Shannon and ignored his request.
Before we get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted it to be about him, and I wanted it to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And
come on, dog. You even asking the people that became news that overshadowed it. Just you asking. You should have just shut the F up. I bet you any amount of money that Shannon wears flip-flops in public. Somebody let me know if you think Shannon wears flip-flops in public.
So as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro.
He said, bro, how much money you got left after that white woman done raped you in your bank account, man? You know what I mean? That's going to determine how I'm going to treat you from here out. Just make sure y'all understand that. Please subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio. All right? You want to hear my prison stories? Go to Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories, or we also got, Mecca TV. All right? Let's go.
I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that.
But hey, yo, stop the bullshit, Shannon. Stop the crap. You're not getting your job back. Tell them how you really feel. You know what I mean? Let's tell them how you really feel. Y'all can take your job and stick it and far up your as you can. Stay the heck away from me. Y'all could have been done told me you was gonna fire me and I wouldn't have settled. Y'all set me up. I can't believe you did that crap, and you think that I would stoop to as low as coming back to work for you? Do you know? But how much you gonna pay me to come back because she raped my bank account, man? But at least he could have stood up and been a man about the whole ordeal. Somebody put in the comments. And how much do you think he paid, or did y'all already hear? How much did he pay her? Please put it in the comments, because I don't know. I ain't even follow this crap because I can't. This was what they call him on the morning show with Charlamagne and them, donkey of the day. That's the donkey of the year. You had it all, dog, and you gave it away when your friends even had an intervention with you on your own podcast. And Katt Williams showed you so much love. He came on, sat down on your couch and didn't ask for a dime and blew you up and put you in the headlights, getting over 100 million views on the joint, and you got paid for this. You made over $1 million. What they say he made a couple of million off of that joint. You know what I mean? That's how Katt blessed you, because he loved you. Then he tried to talk to you until you leave that woman alone. And it wasn't about the color. She was too young for you, is what he was letting you know. Whatever it is, him and Monique came and sat on your couch and tried to talk to you. You got to be a donkey for not listening to that. And it's not to disrespect you. You have disrespected yourself. You had your hands on, what was it, 50 million or $100 million, man, from Katt Williams coming on and blowing you to the top. You could have broke Katt off with a little 10 million out there, 100 million, you know what I mean, and kept it moving. And listen to him. You chose not to. Now you sitting there as the donkey of the year. Come on, dog. Let's ride.
But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So,
all right then. So why did you add to it by even going on it? Because now everyone is spreading the words that you're saying now about, oh, please respect. And who the hell you think was going to respect you enough to not speak on this creative content that's going to make them money? People make money from your woos. That's what the world has come to. You made money from other people's woos, so we can't feel sorry for you. You thought they was really going to keep it quiet. Or you thought they was going to report and react to what you said and throw you up over your brother to overshadow him even further, when you could have just shut the up. Somebody tell me what's going on. You want to ride?
bro, again, I know you told me that I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. You know, that was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And
then you should just shut up. You're overshadowing them now with this speech.
Apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN.
Now you're bragging again. Come on, Shannon. So what all this crap you did? Just shut up and let your brothers have their day in the Hall of Fame induction. Come on, dog.
You guys for your support.
And you know what makes the situation even crazier? Shannon was supposed to sign a massive $100 million deal before that lawsuit dropped. He was in talks for a podcast deal, which would have included all of his Shay Shay media shows, including Club Shay Shay, Nightcap with Chad Johnson, Club 520 Podcast, The Bubba Dub Show, and Humble Baddies. In fact, on April 18th, just 3 days before Gabriella dropped her lawsuit, Front Office Sports reported that Shannon was expected to sign a deal that would exceed $100 million. And
see, so what he did was try and, you know, settle the deal with her by doing that. So so he tried to settle that deal, right? So when he tried to settle that deal with her, so he could run back and collect the bag over here. But the bag waited until after he settled. When they were like, man, I've been with y'all all these years. Y'all could have worked with me. You could have let me know. I would have never settled this. I would have fought this all the way. I know I'm allegedly guilty of sin, look guilty of sin and all that. But what did they just the other day calling him a he cipher, monkey cipher all on? I still don't understand that. He went from he cipher, monkey cipher to a child, alleged child. Come on, like what is really going on here? Somebody explain to me what's going on. You know what I mean? So right now, that's the donkey.
And now, not only is that deal off the table, but Shannon lost his spot at ESPN and also ruined his chances of working anywhere under the Disney umbrella, which includes ESPN, ABC, Hulu, and pretty much every major network you can think of. And once you get that kind of public stain, especially one this messy, it's almost impossible to bounce back in those circles. And all those projects that were supposed to make Shannon a podcast mogul, that ship sailed the minute Shannon decided to mess with a 19-year-old white girl. And this brings us right back to what Katt Williams said. No one's feeling sorry for Shannon because he had all the power, all the opportunities, and he blew it making dumb choices. But let me know your thoughts on all this. Was Shannon...
All right, so let me know your thoughts on all this. What do you think about this, man? Somebody let me know. Do you think that Shannon made a right choice, a bad choice, or, you think he should have listened to them? But isn't he the one, if I'm wrong, tell me. If I'm wrong, tell me. Isn't he the one that was talking about that he'd rather deal with European women than, black women? Was that Dennis Rodman? Do you remember Dennis Rodman? That was a character. Dennis Rodman found out how to lay low. And he rode off into the sunset. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. If you're now spelled, that's how it's spelled. All right?